Now, Ali Demirdas is a political analyst. He joins us now live from Atlanta in Georgia. Thank you very much for joining us here on TRT World. Let's put the
My
issue
pleasure.
of Sweden and Finland's NATO membership to rest for a second here. The PKK is recognized as a terrorist organization, not just by Türkiye, but also by the United States and the European Union. Both Finland and Sweden fall under the EU. How come the PKK terrorist organization is still thriving in these countries? It's mind-boggling, isn't it? In fact, Turkish authorities claim that some of PKK members are sitting members of the Swedish parliament.
Absolutely. It is absolutely unacceptable for the NATO members to harbor terrorists who Turkey deem a threat. As we know, in Washington, actually in Washington, the YPG has received a welcome ceremony before, and in Sweden and Finland, the upper echelon PKK can easily roam in the streets of those countries. So it is very unacceptable. And the question is, would Turkey commit to the defense of those countries against Russia or any other threat when those countries harbor those terrorists, those entities that Turkey deem a threat? So that's a big question here.
Indeed. So, Mr. Demirdas, help us understand what needs to be done at this point. How should Sweden and Finland address the issue of the PKK?
It is pretty clear. Sweden and Finland have to decide whether their security against Russia or their PKK residents are more important. They have to decide, they have to make a decision. And given the fact that the Ukrainian crisis is going to get even bigger and is going to spread into Europe, if I were the policymakers of Finland and Sweden, I would definitely, try to come up with a compromise with Turkey and accept or receive Turkey's support against Russia.
Okay, now some in the West are arguing that what Turkey is doing right now is basically undermining NATO's solidarity and serving Russia's interests. How would you respond to that?
Actually, Turkey has done more to defend Ukraine against Russia than many of the other NATO member countries. Whereas Germany sent helmets to the Ukrainians, Turkey has sent weapons and the unarmed drones to the Ukrainians so that they can defend themselves. Actually, Turkey is doing even more of a service to keep the NATO going than most countries. Turkey's allies have to take this fact into consideration, and they need to, leave those, I call it the emotional differences aside, and then move forward with that.
All right, Ali Demirdas, thank you very much for talking to us here on TRT World. Really appreciate your taking out the time.